Hello and welcome back to the video training series that shares with you how to generate leads and attract clients using LinkedIn. We are joined again by Terry. Terry, in the last video, he talked about some of the mistakes that you see recruitment and search miners making with LinkedIn. Mm-hmm. And today you're going to be digging into a couple of those mistakes in a bit more detail. And talking about what people should be doing on their LinkedIn profile so it doesn't look like a CV, and it looks like a marketing tool. So there's 5 sort of big tweaks that you think people should make starting today. So number 1, you've got you said the profile picture.
Yeah. So some owners and directors of recruitment search firm owners, they do a number of things when it comes to the profile picture. They will have their company logo.
Yeah,
that's a common one. They will have an image of them with their family or with their dog.
Yeah, I've seen that.
They'll have no image at all. And occasionally you see funny images. So I think people are trying to be funny, so they might have sometimes doing something silly, like, I don't know, there was one guy and he's standing in the bar, it's not that funny, but a very...
just casual.
Casual, more probably, yeah. Having a pint of beer. And here's what we know, there's loads of evidence to support this, by the way. And professional image, head and shoulders, tends to outperform any other image. And you also got to be aware of the message you're sending to your potential clients and candidates. So if you're having a pint of beer, by the way, there's nothing wrong with having a pint of beer, but if you want to get business, you want to position yourself as an expert and professional, maybe not showing an image of your pint of beer, maybe not showing an image of you and your 5 children. And you'll say, well, you're being personal. All the evidence has shown the best performing images are professional ones, head and shoulders. They tend to outperform all of this.
Again, just to add to that, and the reason that pictures like that perform better isn't because your kids are in a picture, isn't necessarily because you're drinking beer. It's because when it's not a close-up shot, because the picture's really small, right? And you got to think, someone's scrolling down their news feed, or when they're in groups and they're going through these pictures. If it's like a sort of a full body shot, or there's other people in the picture, it's not clear on your face. Like, the best results are when it's a clear picture of your face so they can see who you are.
Absolutely, and by the way, part of it is the eyes. As humans, we're attracted to the eyes. So if the image is too small, you can't see the eyes. That tends to what's affecting it, and that's why we'll come to it a bit later on when you do ads. Again, just the head and shoulders tend to outperform anything else. And remember, you want to start the relationship with your potential clients. Show them your logo isn't going to help with starting the relationship. And again, numerous testimonies. You can show somebody a logo, you can show them an image of somebody. They will spend more attention on the image of an individual rather than an abstract logo that you got somebody to design for you.
So at the end of the day, people buy from people, right? And I think one of the negative sides of social media in general is that you can lose that personal connection. And again, we can't really get away from that, so there's a way things are going. But one of the ways you can sort of bring that back and give someone that personal connection that we as humans crave is by having a picture that they can see clearly. So they feel like when you're talking via social media, they feel like they know you. They feel like they're building a relationship with a person. Because often when it's a logo or there's no picture, it creates distrust. Even if it's subconscious, it creates distrust.
Yeah, really good point there. So number 1, have a professional profile picture, head and shoulders. All the evidence shows it outperforms any other image that you can have.
Okay, and then so number 1, profile picture. Number 2, you've got headline. And again, if I'm understanding right, these are, you were saying sort of offline, these are the first 2 things that your prospects see when they're on LinkedIn, is your profile picture and then your headline.
Yeah. I've got some bad news for you. None of your potential clients want a recruiter or want a search firm or want a search consultant. What they want is a solution to their problem. Now, I get that you're a recruiter and I get that you're a search consultant, or perhaps you're looking, so that's what you've said. You said you're a recruiter or search consultant. But from your client's point of view, that's not what they want. What they want is a solution to their problem. So a headline that defines the solution that you solve is more likely to engage them rather than, I'm another recruiter. So most recruiters would say, I'm a recruiter, I'm a search firm owner, I'm an executive search firm owner. Clients don't want that. But let me give you an example. If you just say something like, let's say you're an IT recruiter and your headline was identifying top performing IT professionals to add to your bottom line, that's going to more likely to engage the candidate than I'm a recruiter, because what your clients want is a solution to their problem. So top performing candidate, IT professionals who can add to the bottom line. Any hiring manager is interested in that. But you call somebody and say, I'm a recruiter. You say, no, what we do is we identify top performing IT professionals that ensure your budgets are delivered on time and to budget. That's what the hiring manager is looking for. Does that make sense, Drew?
It does, and it goes back to what you said in video 1 about the majority of recruitment search runners using their profile like a CV. Because what I see people do here is they will put their job title. So they will put managing director at Terry Edwards Recruitment or CEO at Terry Edwards Recruitment. So they're actually putting their job title. But what you're saying is, rather than putting your job title and using it as a CV, use it as something that's going to grab the attention of your prospects. And the thing that's going to grab their attention is talking about how you can help them solve their problem, the problem that they're most having in that particular area. So just saying something like, rather than saying CEO at Terry Edwards Recruitment, you say, so they see your profile picture, and then you say, I help whatever, achieve X. I help IT professionals, whatever.
Yeah. And this whole thing with headline, it applies to any copy. So if you think to any newspaper or magazine, to get your attention, they're going to use a headline to get your attention. And it's the purpose of the headline is to get you to read more. And this applies, as I say, to LinkedIn, whether you're writing copy or whatever. The number one thing is the actual headline. Without the headline, they're not going to read the next sentence. And the purpose of the headline is to get them to read the next sentence so you can engage them. Does that
make sense? So number 1, profile picture. Number 2, headline. Number 3, you've got contact details.
Yeah. Now this one, contact details. This makes me smile. Just before we came on camera, we just randomly looked at somebody that's just reached out to me. They want us to get back to them. I'm going to send him a book, etc. And I want to send him one of my books because he's asked for some information. So we went to his LinkedIn profile. I'm connected to him on LinkedIn. I click the contact info button to look for his website so I can find his details, his address rather. Nothing there. That's not unusual. Not at all unusual. The amount of recruiters and search firm owners and consultants who reach out to candidates, so they say to this candidate, got this great opportunity, get back to me and I'll tell you more. But if you look at the consultant's profile, there's no contact details. Think about that for a minute from the candidate's point of view. They may be interested and there's no contact details. Or the worst one we see quite often is the contact details are for the organisation that consultant or that recruitment or search firm owner worked for previously, because they never ever updated it. Just for a moment, think about it. Would it be too much to ask for you to put a telephone number in your profile, put an email address in your profile? Is it too much to ask in your profile that you actually put your website there? You would be shocked at the number of recruitment and search firm owners who don't even put their website on there. And if they do, they have an old one.
Yeah, and it's scary when you think about it. I mean, you touched on it in the last video, but I mean, let's imagine that I want to hire a search firm, and I've just gone into LinkedIn. I found 2 people who recruit in my particular market. I go onto both their profiles. I click on one, and their contact details aren't there. And I could potentially find them if I maybe looked on Google and had to do a bit more research, dig a bit deeper. I could actually potentially find them. But then there's the other prospect, so the other potential service provider has all their contact details there. Who am I going to call first?
Yeah.
And it's something as simple as that that's making you miss out on business. And again, Terry, you talked about in the last video, it's not just the owner doing it, it's often the consultant doing it as well. And the one problem is not having any contact details there. Perhaps even a bigger problem is having the details of your old company or the consultant's old company there. So when this a potential client picks up the phone to ring this company because they've got a job that they need filling. They ring one of your competitors rather than you. And again, when you think about it, it's a scary bit, and it happens more often than people realise.
And just to add to that, another one of that is, we talk to owners and directors every day, and they talk about consultants they've had to fire because the consultants are underperforming. And in a number of cases, there's one that where this particular consultant had a gambling problem and spent all the time online gambling. That consultant left and went to work for another recruiter, but on his profile, he had the old company on there. It just riddles with errors and fraught with challenges, and you're asking for. So even the consultants that are leaving you should be getting them to update their contact details, so they take your organisation off there as well. And it's very easy to do. It's like a 2-second job to do, isn't it?
Yeah. And Derek, just going into the contact details more, another thing that after the last video actually you mentioned it is like the website area where you can put your company website. So again, you show me some pretty cool stuff you could do with that. So if you look at the area where you put your website in on LinkedIn, and again, we'll provide a screenshot with this video so it all makes sense, but what you often get is that you get three options. I think it's you can either select company website, blog, any others? Blog or other. There may be a couple more, but they're the sort of main ones. Now, when you select company website, LinkedIn displays that URL as it just says company website. But when you put other, you get to customize what it says. So, for example, you could say with other, then you could put with it attract elite candidates. So, for example, it's basically what you're able to do is you're able to give people more of a reason to click on your link. You're giving them a reason to go and visit your website, so you can obviously begin the conversation away from LinkedIn.
Yeah. So most recruiters would have that one. They'd have the company website. On the other, as an example, you could put why top performing executives will never ever join your firm as a link there. So somebody that looks at your profile, they've gone here, follow that, gone to contact details. Oh, there's a website why top performing executives will never join my organisation. Well, I'm interested in that. Yeah. And then click on it, and you're driving them then to, it could be a landing page or whatever. Again, very easy to do. We'll go into a bit more detail. We'll show you a screensaver on that as well. And it's literally just, you set it up within seconds. If you're not doing that, by the way, you're losing business. It's as simple as that. Because a lot of people say some of your competitors are doing that right now, and I can think of two people in particular. They get a lot of business just by that very, very simple method.
And it makes sense because you make the changes that you spoke about before in the first video. So you start making those mistakes. You get your profile picture right. You've got a headline that makes actually people, your ideal clients, when they see your profile come up on whether it's recommended or mutual contacts or in a group, you've given them a reason. You've given them a reason to click on your profile, because now rather than saying CEO at Terry Edwards Recruitment, it says I help hiring managers hire the top candidates, just for example.
Yeah.
They've got a reason to click on your profile, so they click on your profile. Naturally, you're getting more people view your profile, right? So you're getting more eyes on your profile, which means more people are going to view your contact details. So you want to make sure you have it in place before you do all this. So when people hit your profile, they're more likely to go to your website where they can get your phone number, whatever, and reach out to you.
Excellent.
So again, move on to number 4, but just to recap, you've got
profile pic.
Yeah.
Some professional profile pic. Number 2 is a headline. What's the problem you solve for them? What is it you're going to do for them, rather than all about you, I'm the managing director XYZ. Up-to-date contact details. Your company website. You've got other, and you've got blog as well. And with those, you can capture leads all the time. Number 4, you've got your public profile URL. So your public profile URL. Just while you're doing that, just to explain what it is to anyone who that term might be completely alien. What happens is each LinkedIn profile, so all of our LinkedIn profiles, has its own own unique web address, if you like. So it will be something along the lines of linkedin.com/ depending on what country, in UK or USA or CA /UK/ and then usually, if you don't change it, it's just a random set of numbers, like 5, 6, 9, like just literally a random set of numbers. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have the option to customize it and change it into something that is going to be more beneficial to you in the long term.
So does that make sense?
Yeah. And just explain, Drew, what the benefit of actually changing the URL, because again, the impression I get is that a lot of recruitment and search firms aren't aware of the benefit of changing that public profile URL.
So there's a few. I mean, firstly, this isn't something that's going to transform your business overnight. It's not a case of you do this and then tomorrow you're going to get a job order for 20,000 and it's just by doing the changes. It's more of a small thing that you can do that has a knock-on effect on all the other things. And what I mean by that is when you change it, so you can change your public URL to something that's more. Your clients are more likely to search for. So it could be your name, even something simple as your name, or it could be the solution that you solve. So for example, Terry, I know that yours is linkedin.com/UK/renegade recruiter, because that's what you're known as. So if anyone goes to Google or LinkedIn and search renegade recruiter, it's going to bring you to the top. Equally, you could have had it as your name, which means that anyone that types in LinkedIn Terry Edwards is going to bring it further to the top, because what it helps with is SEO. So on all the search engines and the searches within LinkedIn itself, if you've got a name that is something that your ideal clients would be searching for, like either your personal name or your company name even is better than having code, or if it's solution based, as in I don't know, if it could be linkedin.com/UK/IT candidates, for example. Whatever it is, it's something that your prospects are more likely going to search for, which means again has a knock-on effect. So people search for it more, you come up higher in the searches, you get more people view your profile, more people are going to view your contact details. Naturally, you get more connections, your network grows, and you get more business from it.
And just to be clear on that, that's unique. So once you've got it, nobody else can use it. But by the way, if your competitor's already got, I don't know, IT executive search as part of the US, you can't have the same one. So it's do think about it now before it's too late. It's really simple as that. So if somebody does a Google search, your LinkedIn profile comes up quite high up in a Google search.
Okay, so again, just to recap, we've got profile pic, headline, contact details, public profile URL. Number 5, the last tweak that you can make is around your summary, which again is like the main body of your LinkedIn profile. It tends to be often when people click on the profile picture, see headline, once they hit your profile and actually reading your profile, that's the bit they read, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, most people will talk about themselves and they will use words like I, and we do this, and our team, and this is our mission statement. Keep repeating this to yourself. Your clients and your candidates don't actually care about you. You writing about yourself and about we, us and I, and using language like that is actually repelling your clients and candidates. What your clients and candidates are interested in is one thing and one thing only, themselves. So the word you should use in your summary as frequently as possible is the word you. And you talk about how you're going to help them, the reader, solve their problem. I won't go into the whole copywriting formula now, but there is a formula that you can follow, so you make it really clear in your summary who you're targeting. Example, if you're a hiring manager looking for top performing IT professionals, now if you're a hiring manager looking for top performing IT professionals, you're going to get their attention. If you're a warehouse supervisor and you're looking for warehouse operatives, they're not going to read that. Well, that's absolutely great.
Yeah.
But what your summary's got to do is to explain to them what's the benefit to them, not about you. I mean, it's really clear. And not only do you see this in summaries on LinkedIn, you also see it on websites where they go, this is all about us and this is our mission statement, and BS, nobody cares. Explain in the summary what's the problem you're going to solve for your potential clients and your potential candidates.
Yeah, and often here the summary is a bit where I see a lot of recruitment search owners, again, you mentioned it before, using their profile as a CV. They talk about their experience and how they got into the role they're in and what they do. And again, as you said, all your clients really care about are themselves, their problems, and how to fix them. So that's what you want to be talking about. And I think the most important thing here, so again, it's another option to put your contact details, but what do you want them to do? After they read that, after they read the summary, what action do you want them to take? Do you want them to call you? Do you want them to email you? Do you want them to go to your website? But you, like, again, with all marketing, you have what's called a call to action. You tell them what you want you to do. So you say something like, again, are you a hiring manager looking for candidates in this area? Again, a bit more detail than this, but if so, visit this website or call this number or email me at whatever, you give them a command. You tell them what you want them to do after reading that sort of block of text there, rather than talking about your experience, why you're good at your job.
And look, you've got to be doubt about this. Whatever your summary is right now, if you're getting people reading your summary saying, I read your summary and I just had to read it, that's fantastic. I would say that's happening, you're doing something right. But if you know that people are visiting your profile, and you know who's visiting your profile, but you're not getting emails or telephone calls after the reading summary, there's a message there that you need to do it wrong. One of the most simple things is you're talking about yourselves and you're not telling the reader what it is you want to do. A lot of recruitment search firms, they talk about their summary and they kind of think, if I tell them all about me and how great I am and how much I care and what my mission statement is, well, just naturally they're going to ring me. Well, you probably discovered that isn't true. But if you tell them what the benefit is, and you say to them afterwards, it's called a CTA, call to action. Call me now. Email me now. And you tell them what to do. And by the way, you're not going to get 100% people that are doing that, but you'll get a percentage of people that will take that command and follow it. And by the way, that call to action applies to anything, be it an email that you're sending out on your website, in your consultant's profile. And in that summary, you've got to be consistent. There's no point, you've got other consultants and they've got a completely different summary to you. Again, look at it from a client's point of view. It's contradictory. They say, well, this guy said they do this. This other guy's saying they're doing this. This guy's talking all about himself and where he worked previously. I really don't care where he worked previously. There's no consistency. It's a bit like if you had a brochure and you had brochures with different logos and different colours on it. From the prospect's point of view, it's like, this is confusing. Is it the same organisation?
Yeah.
Remember, clients won't buy from you unless they have a need, know you, like you and trust you. In your summary, you can get them to know you, like you and trust you.
Yeah, or you can at least get them to identify they have a need.
That's right.
Which is probably like the first step in the process.
Yeah.
But just honestly, again, for me, it's quite simple things that anyone can really do, which I think is good. But I think one of the key things it solves, and again, we speak to recruitment search firms a lot, and a lot of them have a problem where they know that they should be using LinkedIn. They know how powerful it is. They know a lot of their potential clients are on it. They even use it to the point where they have a lot of connections. But the one sort of block they've got is that how do I turn my connections into leads and clients? And this is what I guess is the first step to helping you do that. So if you have a LinkedIn account now, you've got connections, you're thinking, how do I get them to sort of come to me and want to work with me? A lot of it's to do with what you said in your summary. So the profile pick and headline will get more people viewing your profile more regularly. Obviously, having your contact details is going to get more people to reach out to you. The public profile URL, again, you'll come up higher in searches, so you get more viewers again. And the summary is the thing that makes them, okay, I want to speak to this guy or girl because they know how to solve my problem.
Yeah, absolutely right. And look, what we're doing here, we're giving you a lot of information. I appreciate a lot of information. And often when we do this, and people come back and say, that's fantastic information. Here's the key to all this. It's not acquiring this information. For you to get what it is that you want, the key is you actually implementing it. So, go back and look at your profile picture. Look at the headline and see if you're talking about the problem that you're solving. Are your contact details on there? Is it easy for somebody to get hold of you? If you're reaching out to candidates and you haven't got your contact details on there, that's probably why candidates are not getting back to you. Go and look at your URL. See if you can tweak it to. So if someone does a Google search, you're going to come up higher on a Google search. And look at your summary. Are you talking about the problems that you're going to solve for your clients or your candidates? In your summary, and of course your call to action. What is it you want them to do after they read your summary? As you found, just talk about yourself and how great you are, and then hoping that they're going to call you. As you know, isn't working. Tell them exactly what you'll do. Give them that command. Call me now, email me now, etc.
Awesome. So Terry, again, thanks for that. So you covered that really well. Again, you got another video coming out soon, and in that video you're going to be talking about how to generate leads on autopilot with LinkedIn. Again, we were speaking off air, and you're telling me that one of your clients actually generated leads on Christmas Day doing the strategy that you're going to share in video 3. So make sure you watch out for video 3. Again, first and foremost, make sure you go and implement this and make these changes. But we'll join you soon for video 3, and until
next time, take care, take action, and be relentless. Cheers, guys.